So we're gonna start off today's stream with the biggest news of the day. Surprisingly, because the last 48 hours has been nothing but praise and love for Dragon's Dogma, with the one caveat being some people being concerned about the performance, which is fair because the game does have performance issues. But for the most part, it's been nothing but 9s and 10s. I've seen a lot of articles, a lot of videos saying Dragon's Dogma 2 is game of the year for them. But recently, news broke as of like last night, because last night, like around like 9, I think, or 12 everybody's time, Dragon's Dogma 2 became playable to everybody, and news broke that there's a shit ton of microtransactions in the game. Now, I was unaware that there was any microtransactions in the game, because I got an early version of the game where everything wasn't accessible. But that doesn't matter, because now people are going in my comment section and calling me a sellout because I didn't bring it up. I even posted a screenshot of this shit. So now there's like a whole hate mob basically going on for this game. If you like this game, do not publicly state it. Although we're going to get into it because I think there's some weird shit going on here. But first, let's talk about what people are upset about. So there's microtransactions in Dragon's Dogma. It's come out. And the microtransactions involve basic stuff that's in the game. Like being able to, first of all, the fast travel in the game is ass. But you can pay to fast travel, pay to custom. It's like $2 to like customize your character. That shit is ass, by the way. Explore camping kits, basically allow you to rest. Basically a bunch of stuff in the game. All this stuff in the game, for those who haven't played it, I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. As somebody who has over 20 hours on the game already, all this stuff, and the only thing I'm going to give a caveat to, and like I'll be like, that shit is trash, is the character creator editor. Yeah, that shit is trash. They're charging $2 if you want to change the way your character looks. That shit is trash. But everything else in this game that they're charging microtransactions for, you will get in the game and you will have an abundance of. I've never had a camping. You always have at least one camping kit, so you can always rest. Just play the fucking game. I think most of the people who are bitching and complaining really didn't actually play the game, because you don't have to buy any of this. You get it in abundance. I don't have an issue with any of this in the game. That being said, even though this is more than playable, it still shouldn't be in the game. Don't think I'm giving Capcom an excuse. It should not be in the game. I don't get why. I don't know why the fuck they're doing that. But for those who are worried about it, it's really not that big of a deal. You don't have to buy it. It's not going to affect your gameplay, guys. I swear to God, it's not. I'm having a lot of fun with the game. So that's the first thing I say. I don't agree with it, but I do think this is one of the times where I feel like the internet is blowing shit out of proportion. We running around in Speedos freeing the hose. Yeah, somebody got to do it. Blowing shit out of proportion. Also, keep in mind, I'm pretty sure this was Capcom's decision. This wasn't the developers. It's not a pay-to-win single-player game. Do not believe that. I see a lot of people trying to spread that message. Those people did not play the game. So then, that's what's kind of like they're trying to nickel and dime people for. The hate mob is out. They're review bombing the game. They're review bombing any review that's positive. So motherfuckers are going from video to video to video. If you say something positive in a tweet, in a video, they are going to fucking call you a shill, all this other shit. But the most interesting take that I had on this situation was this take right here from, I saved, Twitter user Henrique Jose 12 or Enrico Luza. I don't know how to say it. This person right here. This was the most interesting take I saw on the Dragon's Dogma microtransaction drama. They're upset because Capcom and the character creator imposed a height limit of 1.6 meters, even though the average height, is that meters, millimeters? I don't know. I'm American, Fahrenheit, baby. Even though the average height of a Japanese woman is 1.7. All of this is to prevent players from creating lolly characters. Now, for those of you unaware, if you don't know what a lolly is, first of all, let me Google this before, because I don't know what's going to come up. Lolly anime. Let me make sure nothing nasty comes up. Oh, I spelled it wrong. See, I don't even be looking this shit up. Character. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. For those of you unaware, this man is upset that you cannot create a lolly in Dragon's Dogma 2. If you don't know what a lolly is because you don't watch anime, a lolly is basically a little girl. So my next question is, all the microtransaction shit, I understand why people are frustrated, but I did want to clarify some things up. This right here Not gonna lie, FBI, open up. Why are you upset that you can't create this and this? And usually these little lully characters in anime, they're usually sexualized little girls too. Weird shit. This is one of the things that I've never liked about anime. I'm not gonna lie, if you have a friend that loves lullies, fucking, that's a red flag. With the only exception being, in my opinion, Tanya of the Evil, because that wasn't like a sexual character and that was a grown man. This is a great anime. Tanya the Evil. This is the exception because this fucking character was crazy and there was nothing sexual about this shit. Yeah, we need to check niggas. If they're like this show, cool. But the rest of this shit, bruh, nah, I don't know, man. I don't know. So we're gonna need to get the FBI to look at this guy's account. Yeah, we're getting some Dan Schneider vibes over here. Little weird. That being said, Capcom did address it in an article. I found something about it. Didn't read it. I'm gonna read it along here and see what they say. Talking about performance. Oh, that's another thing too. Yeah, people are upset with the performance. It's not just the microtransactions. I get that too. In regards to the frame rate issues, Capcom writes, a large amount of CPU usage is allocated to each character and calculating the impact of their physical presence in various areas. In certain situations where numerous characters appear simultaneously, the CPU usage can be very high and may affect the frame rate. We are aware of such situations. Setting that reduced GPU load may currently have limited effect. However, we're looking into ways to improve performance in the future. Translation, a patch is coming. We don't know when, but a patch is coming. The console versions have their own frame rate issues, as noted in the review by writer Jesse. Large scale, but yeah, whatever. What are they talking about that? The game's microtransactions are in dire ire. In addition to selling Rift crystals, yeah, we've seen this already. Let's call them peggers and dirty. That's weird. Capcom addressed these microtransaction complaints in the same blog post, pointing out the following items can be obtained through normal gameplay. All the shit that you can buy is DLC. If you want extra quantities of any of these items, you have the choice of paying real money. And that's all I was saying. Like, is this annoying? Sure. But none of this will break your ability to play the game. I don't have an issue finding any of this in the game. It shouldn't be there. I feel like the suits got to be aware of this type of stuff. Maybe they don't know like the cultural stuff going on over here in Capcom, but I feel like the suits got to be aware. This is bad PR. That being said, as someone who played the game, you do not have to buy any of this. And I feel like it kind of goes back to the conversation I've been having about like, you got to be careful about which content creators you watch, because what happens is I feel like a lot of times people just find something negative that's going to draw emotion out of people and they run with a story without doing any of their research. Because anybody making videos talking about you got to buy microtransactions in order to play the game, they didn't play the game. Not only is it not true, the only single player game I can think off the top of my head where you had to buy microtransactions and it felt like you had to beat it was probably Shadow of War. That was like a few years ago. There were moments where I did feel tempted, like they fucked that game up. They deserve the hate that they got. Also, to clarify, you can find the character change in game. It's only 500 RC within the first big area you reach. People who don't play the game don't know what they're bitching about. Yeah, and like all the in-game credits, I've never had an issue buying a pawn in this game. I always got money on me. Like if you play the game, you're always, it's like Tekken 8. Like you got too much money for customization. I don't know. I just don't think they played the game. They found something negative to latch onto. And like, I feel like people are spreading some misinformation about this shit. Bro, you may be mad about Shadow of War again, but yeah, like that Shadow of War, like they deserve the hate. This is not a Shadow of War situation. I cannot stress that enough. But yeah, they addressed it. They're saying you can get it in. It is what it is, man. So it's up to you whether. I just feel like the internet is just looking for something to harp on to. This is the new hot story for this week. They're gonna hate on. Next week it's gonna be something different. So I keep a loaf of bread on me. I appreciate it, Mystic Wolf. So yeah, that's what I got on it for that microtransaction shit. But FBI, y'all need to investigate that nigga crying about lollies. Other articles I got for ya. JP put me onto this one. Apparently Will Smith had a zombie video game. Were y'all aware of this? Even Will Smith couldn't save zombie survival game Undawn, which flopped spectacularly. The Will Smith front zombie survival game Undawn bombed, according to a new report. Reuters said Undawn, which is described as a key in-house developed game from Tencent.
This should be enough money for TBH to cop a brick from Dr. Eggman.
Shout out to Jordan with the sub. It flopped spectacularly, despite being endorsed by Hollywood star Will Smith with an alleged budget of close to 1 billion won, around 140 million. Sources tell the publication Undone had more than 300 developers. PC and the mobile game Undone launched in June. This game was out? To much fanfare that revolved around the digital recreation of Will Smith in the game. The Oscar-winning Oscar plays Trey Jones, who acts as a guide to help players navigate the world of 4 years after a global disaster. So he's one of the main characters in the game. I wonder if like his special ability is like his slap instantly kills like an enemy. That'd be pretty cool, like an RPG. It was mentioned briefly at one of those gaming events last year. I do not remember this shit. This is super forgettable. But you know what's funny? This story actually ties into the story that we did yesterday about how Tencent said that they're moving away from, there's a possibility Assassin's Creed Jade, they're the ones funding it. There's a possibility, which is funny in itself, right? Because first Ubisoft got themselves in trouble getting in bed with the Singapore government. Then they went to Tencent to fund Assassin's Creed Jade. And you already know, any company, Tencent's a Chinese company, any company owned by China, owned by the CCP. So this is the second government that Ubisoft has tied themselves to. Anyway, this ties into yesterday's story. There's rumors that Assassin's Creed Jade, which is the mobile game, is going to be delayed. And it might be announced soon because apparently Tencent, who's funding the game, wants to focus more on their original IPs. And then an example they used was, I forgot the name of the game, but it was some knockoff of Fall Guys. Like, you guys are not beating the Chinese stereotypes with these knockoffs. But this ties into that story actually, because I would imagine they're probably looking at Assassin's Creed Jade. They're not sure about it. This game failed. So they're probably like, we want to focus more on our original IPs because Will Smith ain't selling nothing. August Alsina is a secret boss. It's got to be a zombie August Alsina. But even Will Smith couldn't save Undone from falling to move from the needle for Tencent. According to Reuters, quoting research firm AppMagic, Undone brought in revenue of just $287,000 last month. IGN asked Tencent for a comment. The failure of Undone is one of many reasons for a strategic shift at Tencent that has also resulted in the potential delay. Yo, I swear to God, I did not read this article. JP sent it to me. I saved it. I was going to read it on stream. Okay, so this does tie into yesterday's story. This game failing's got them nervous about Assassin's Creed Jade, and now they want to pump out bullshit. Tencent is said to be focusing on casual party games like Genshin Impact while moving away from working on mobile versions of Western IPs. Tencent recently axed development of a mobile game based on Square Enix's Nier franchise because it couldn't work on a compelling monetization model. An Elden Ring mobile game is also reportedly in development at Tencent, but don't hold your breath. It sounds like this one's a while away. Oh yeah, take your time with that. If they come out with Elden Ring mobile and that shit is like Assassin's Creed, like it's like an action game, it's gonna piss people off so bad. Like, why are you doing this? Apparently, Tencent wants the Elden Ring mobile game to work similar to the gacha game Genshin Impact. Whenever this game comes out, I will play it on stream. Elden Ring mobile, I will play it on stream. If there are bad business practices in it, we're going to expose this one. This is absolutely a stream. Elden Ring mobile can get at least one stream out of me whenever this shit comes out, because we're going to dig deep into this one. With a free-to-play business model supported by... Because here's the problem with Elden Ring mobile, right? I think what they'll try to do, and I'm just taking an educated guess, I think the way they'll try to market this game whenever it finally comes out is they'll say something along the lines of, take the 2022 Game of the Year on the go. And unbeknownst to a lot of people, they won't realize that it's not the same game. It might be faster paced, more action oriented, not as difficult. The scale of it, I'd imagine, be smaller because it's a mobile game, and then it's going to be full of microtransactions. But they're going to use Elden Ring being Game of the Year to try to push the mobile version to kind of trick people into getting into it. I'm calling it. I wouldn't be surprised if the marketing team does that bullshit. You playing Bears in Space? Nah. Only bear we play is Kuma. And I don't know if we play that anymore anyway, because Tekken 8 is ruining my mental health. But the design of Elden Ring, which is a single-player premium action role-playing game, is at odds with Tencent's vision. Hopefully they cancel that shit. When did everybody start calling microtransactions MTX? I just learned that microtransactions, for those unaware, that's what it means if you see it on Twitter, MTX. Microtransactions. I had no idea. But yeah, is there some gameplay of this shit? Let's go on YouTube and look. Undawn Will Smith gameplay. What up, Dre? I'd never seen this trailer. It's on the official Will Smith account, bro. What the fuck? Where to find Trey Jones, aka Will Smith, in Until Dawn. Apparently, there's hella posts about it last year. This looks like PUBG Mobile. PUBG with Will Smith. Like, the game honestly doesn't look terrible in terms of a mobile game. It just looks exactly like PUBG. Interesting. Hancock the video game. Yarn. Where the fuck MTX come from? That sound like a K-pop group. Somebody said it sounded like stocks. I think you're thinking of no, that's RTX GPU. There was a stock. What was the cryptos? Was it FTX? The one that got caught in the scam? I think that was FTX. Other Elden Ring news, not really Elden Ring, but something I thought was very interesting. Just briefly wanted to touch on was it was FTC. Was that it? I thought it was FTX. Italian-inspired Souls-like Introria. The last song moves release date to August to avoid Elden Ring DLC. It was FTX. Yeah, FTC. That's a. Don't they? That's for the media, right? It was FTX. I thought this was interesting. So this Italian company, they're making a Souls-like game, and they push.
Because this nigga resubscribed doesn't mean I have to subscribe.
FTC is flight.
I
was thinking of the Federal Trade Commission.
Is the right to bear
I don't
arms.
know this game.
I swear on Maria's life, y'all niggas tripping.
So basically, this game was supposed to release in June, but they decided to push back the release date of the game because they're afraid that it cannot compete with Elden Ring. I think this is smart, especially because it's a Souls-like game. And I just wanted to bring this up because, like, I would like to see more games, more movies, more music do this shit. There are just certain products, when it comes out, you move your shit. If Kendrick is dropping an album, you move yours to next week, 2 weeks from now, because there's no reason. Everybody's going to listen to your shit, bro. Everybody's going to listen to this shit. Yeah, there's a certain level of self-awareness. And in order to be successful in life, a lot of times it's really not about having the best product. It's about just putting yourself in the best position. You got to be in the right place at the right time. Sometimes that's all it takes. So for them to release a Souls-like game around the same time as Elden Ring, absolutely would get buried. It would get clowned probably, so move it away. The only issue is they decided to move the release date to August. There's another Souls-like game coming out in August, and that's Wukong. I'm not going to lie, you might want to push this shit till September or July. One of those. Not October, November, because that's when like heavy hitter games come out. So September or July would probably be the better release date. Because August we play on Wukong. Oh, it's August next year. See, that's why we gotta read that. Let me see. The new August 24th release date was announced in a trailer. Are you sure it's August next year? Are you suggesting it was to be August next year? Nah, it's August this year. I think you're saying next year for like as a joke. I've never seen this game before.
An eternity.
Fall 2024 is looking real empty, but we're too early. What? Star Wars Outlaws is coming out. Ubisoft, a million things on the map. We'll be busy this fall.
Spent playing out in the tortured halls of my mind. Mentors, friends, and lover alike turn against you. Whatever end we meet, it has been a delight.
Said 2K coming out. What you mean?
A song of change together.
I have no clue how to pronounce this game. Gameplay trailer. This dropped a day ago. The art style's not bad. Looks a little janky though, I'm not gonna lie. It looks a little Full Sail. Something's off about it. Liza P. Vindictus. Got a parry system. Hopefully a dodge system. Plays the Italian Stallion. This feels like a game. Yeah, this is only a game I would try if there's nothing to play, and it's got to get good reviews. Now check out the latest Flintlock trailer. Now that's clean. This ain't it for me. There's a new one. Let's see. Flintlock. It has potential. Yeah. Is this it? From a day ago. Caesar Dawn, Developer Diary. This is a game that's coming to Game Pass. Oh yeah, there was the spring showcase. Yeah, I got to go through the sub box in a little bit, so I missed this one.
I'm Matthew Wood. I'm animation director on Flintlock. Flintlock is a Souls-like RPG where you play as Nor with your companion Enki, a little fox character, taking on great gods. Building on from Ashen, we've tried to go more Souls-light, so we do that by increasing the mobility options.
Hey, some platforming. We love to see it.
More dynamic.
I'm trying to fly through the air.
Accessible to new players to the Souls genre, as well as players from action RPGs.
So I already off rip, it already sounds like it's Souls-like, but I'm getting Jedi Survivor vibes, not necessarily Elden Ring.
The combat in Flintlock is all rhythm-based, which from an animation side means you need to be able to feel the rhythm through the animation. So every 9 frames is like a beat. So being able to make sure that the player can understand
the hell is
when the
that?
next attack's going to come and react accordingly. I think my favorite animation for Nor is just like her basic moveset.
So this looks fun. Yeah, this don't look bad.
The gun attacks. And then also mixing that in with strafing.
Oh, you got the Glock in my Rari? 17 shots, no 38?
Be like jumping, double jumping, dodging, air dodging.
Ooh. Ooh.
Rift traveling.
Ooh.
Between those.
Ooh.
Once you get an enemy down to enough health in a fight, then you can execute a glory kill, either axe or pistol.
Yeah, this game got like that style the other game is missing.
Trying to animate the glory kills, they usually
Said the woman main in this game is woke. It does look a little woke, chat.
the more like, complicated choreographed moves, and the ones where you get to take control of the camera to really control the framing of the action.
It
as
does
well.
look a little woke. She's black too.
We definitely wanted Enki to feel.
I don't have a problem with her being black. It's just like why, you know?
Navigate the world, doing all of your jumping and your sliding, so trying to keep him in frame to slide alongside you or jump alongside you.
The Siege of Dawn. Oh, that was all. That was cool though. It looks good. What's the consensus on this? Yeah. The jokes write themselves, man. All right, so for those of you unaware, the main company that's been getting accused of the go woke, go broke, and ruining all the games is Sweet Baby Ray. Or Sweet. That's the barbecue sauce. I'm sorry. I'm tired, y'all. I went to the gym this morning. I went to the gym this morning because I decided, I was like, I kind of don't really like working out in the evening. I prefer working out in the morning, just getting out. That's why I started a little bit later. I was like, I'm going back to the gym in the morning. I kind of just miss it. Like, I just like getting it out of the day. And I took a nap and started streaming. So yeah, I'm a little hungry. I'm a little tired. Fuck y'all. Sweet Baby Inc. is the main company that's been getting a lot of hate with the go woke, go broke stuff. They're a consulting company that deals with, rewriting scripts and adjusting things that can be insensitive. Basically, the way, if you watch a Go Woke, Go Broke channel, the way they'll position the story is that these companies are basically going to Insomniac and all these other major game companies and just going in and changing the script. When really, no, these companies, these studios are reaching out to them, asking them to take a look at their script and what adjustments can we get made. I feel like that part of the story gets lost in translation, but no, black people are evil. So that's Sweet Baby Inc. Another company that's been getting a lot of hate and does the same thing as Sweet Baby Inc. is ESG. So that's why I started laughing when I scrolled down, because we're talking about Go Woke. It looks a little woke as a joke while we're watching the trailer, but then I scroll down and it's people calling the game woke. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's bad, man. Someone write an article about Sweet Baby Ray goes woke. It's just sad, man. It's just sad. Wait, whoa. They got a video on Moji?
Moji was once the most beloved figure in Toronto.
It's an hour-long documentary on Moji? 81 shots on your block, no Kobe. Real nigga like water, you can't hold me. I'm saving that. I'm watching that later. Moji is a Toronto savage, bruh. What the fuck? I feel like having to constantly pay attention to stuff is exhausting, especially when it just comes to games. It's not. I'm just trying to. At this point, I had to ask the question, like, yo, are you trying to have fun at all? Like, be careful, guys. It might be a little woke. I already got that one, Sauce. I got it. Qualcomm says most Windows games should just work on its unannounced ARM laptops. Interesting. Can Qualcomm replicate Apple's feat and finally create ARM-based laptops worth buying? 15 years after its first attempts, here's one incredibly promising sign it might. Qualcomm is telling game developers, which by the way, Qualcomm is like one of the biggest chip developers for should already work on a wave of upcoming Snapdragon-powered Windows laptops, no porting required. In a 2024 game developer conference session titled Windows on Snapdragon, a platform ready for PC games, Qualcomm engineer Issam drove home that the unannounced laptops will use emulation to run 64 games at a close to full speed. Do you need a GPU? That's what I'm confused about this story.
Loyal fan base, although not as loyal as Amy's dumbass.
Shout out to Oda with the sub. That's what I'm confused about this story. Does it require the GPU? Oh, okay, it does. GPU performance is unaffected by the emulation.
Thanks for
I don't really care.
Pal.
Never mind.
Now I can afford a retwist for my locks.
Yo, shout out to Grizz with the sub. The way this headline was titled, and this is why I saved the article. I thought Qualcomm found a breakthrough with their Snapdragon chips to where they were going to come out with their own line of laptops that doesn't require a GPU because their chip is so powerful. I know, I believe Apple's chips, their M1, 2, and 3s has the CPU and GPU on it, basically. That's what I was thinking. They created like an all-in-one chip, but nah, you still need a GPU, which in turn might bring down prices, basically. But nah, Qualcomm poached the team that designed the M1 chips. You see the post from Kotaku about GTA? Nah, get to it. Whatever then, just more of the same. This is more so, for people who are interested in game development. What's the name? Roblox has revamped their creator fund, offering a minimum of $500,000 per project. MKBHD said to avoid the M3 chips. What's wrong with them? For in-platform development. So basically, for those unaware, Roblox is trying to do this whole metaverse thing. They've kind of opened up their code to where you can make anything within their engine. I've shown it off plenty of times with like there's a Call of Duty clone inside of Roblox, but you would never be able to tell it's running off the Roblox engine because it doesn't have like those blocky graphics. It looks like Call of Duty and it runs really well. Really good game, actually. I guess they want more creative content basically on their platform, and they have a creator fund. So if you want to be a game developer, they're paying basically if you use their engine basically. I don't know if there's anybody in the chat interested in that type of shit, but I thought I'd bring it up. Cause motherfuckers be talking about, oh, I need an opportunity. Let me fucking. Don't act like I ain't trying to put niggas on, bro. Cause there's no massive upgrade compared to M2 chips in terms of power. Okay. So the M2 would be better to just go with in terms of price or performance. Don't act like I ain't trying to put y'all on. I know somebody in the chat trying to find some money, some funding for their project. Our goal is to work closely with you to provide funding, support, and insight for the development of your content. Funding for approved participants starts at a minimum of $500,000 per project. A minimum, meaning at bare minimum, if you get accepted into their program, you'll get $500,000 to make your game. But that's just the minimum. You could get millions or more. Who knows? Reads the Creator Fund homepage. This program is designed to support developers who are eager to push the boundaries of what Roblox experiences can deliver. I like that creativity is being rewarded. Samurai Zero going to Roblox first. Yeah. Clip It is an example of the type of project Roblox Fund is designed to support. That's the name of a video editing tool developed by Nero Studios and backed by the Creator Fund grant. Clip It users can turn their Roblox content into short-form videos while adding... So they have their built-in TikTok, basically. They have a built-in TikTok inside of this shit. Interesting. Yeah, that's just something. Putting y'all on. Don't act like I ain't trying to, educate folks. Grand Theft Auto 6 production reportedly falling behind. Rockstar urges staff to return to the office to avoid delay. Oh my God, here come the niggas that don't understand game development talking about, oh, you already made us wait 10 years. What's the fucking problem, bro? I'll tell you why, because they ain't been working on this game for 10 years. They kept putting out DLC for you niggas, bro. They probably just started really working on this game in the last 3 years.
This should be TBH to cop a brick from Dr. A.
Shout out to Uniserve with the sub. Let's see. Personally, I don't care. Y'all know I'm not a big Grand Theft Auto fan, but I know niggas is going to be devastated. Grand Theft Auto 6 is likely one of the most anticipated games in history with... Yeah, we know. However, Kotaku has also learned that it's becoming more and more likely that the sequel might not land until late 2025. It's also possible that it could even slip into 2026 as production reportedly has fallen behind. In February, following numerous leaks, Bloomberg reported that Rockstar Games was mandating its employees to return to work 5 days a week in the office beginning in April. The short notice and drastic change caught many by surprise and has led to frustration from staff who feel like they're being pushed out of being hired remotely, as reported by Aftermath on March 19th. That does suck if you got hired for a remote job and now they're like, oh, like, bro, my job description says remote, bitch. While security and quality are reportedly the main reasons Rockstar is instituting the mandate to return to the office, I was told by sources who wish to remain anonymous to avoid possible retaliation. Now, if you're in my streams regularly, what did I tell you niggas, bruh? People love Rockstar so much, but a lot of people don't know. Like I said, I got people that I know personally that I trust that have told me that Rockstar is the boogeyman of the gaming industry. If you do something they don't like, they will beat you up in a bar. I heard they are real life gangsters. This further proves my point. The development on GTA 6 has started falling behind. I'm told this has leadership at Rockstar nervous and worried about the game missing the 2025 window and slipping into 2026. And it's another big reason the company is pushing for a return to the office in April. My counter to that is, unless the board, your board of investors is like putting a ton of pressure on, I would not trip off this. Unfortunately, Grand Theft Auto...
Your mom is a bop. With this sub money, I should be able to afford to take a dive into the aquatic mine that is her pussy.
Yo, shout out to Links with the 10 gifted subs. GTA 6 is too big to fail. It's, at least initially. Like, first month, GTA 6 will sell astronomically. After the first month, it'll depend on the quality of the game. Will people enjoy the online? Does it get good reviews? But I wouldn't be too worried about this. Like, I would not stress on trying to put the game out 2025. I know motherfuckers will be like, oh, I'm tired. Niggas will wait. Because what else are you going to do? They'll wait. I would encourage them, hey, if you feel like you're not going to make the 2025 window, push it to 2026. Like, take your time, make a good game. Because if it's good, it's going to pay off in the long run. But if you come out the gate stumbling, we see what happened with... Yo, if you did not see the reviews... and all you saw is the hoopla about the microtransactions, you would think Dragon's Dogma is one of the worst. Dragon's Dogma 2 is one of the worst games of the year. When the internet latches onto something and they see it can get some views, and oh my God, if Grand Theft Auto 6 stumbled out the gate, the negative video, it's gonna be the gold rush. Everybody's getting million view videos on YouTube to hate on GTA 6. So I would tell them like, yo, stop stressing out your workers, push that shit back to 2076, take your time with it. Just do it right, man. You can't make a first impression twice. At the moment, I'm told that Rockstar is still aiming for GTA 6 to arrive in spring 2025. Like GTA 5 did online. Yeah, the rise and fall of GTA 6. While an early 2025 release is the goal, sources say they aren't sure if this will happen, and a fall 2025 launch seems more plausible and feasible. Meanwhile, delaying the game to 2026 is on the table as a sort of fallback plan or emergency option if needed. Of course, it should be noted, and I was reminded when talking to folks about this situation, that Rockstar's games historically wait until the last minute to make changes or alter plans. So the next trailer for the game, no word on when they expect that. Interesting. The fall would be cool. They would make tons of money with Christmas and shit. That would be like the toy, even though it's a game, the toy to get for that holiday season. I'm peddling Sherwood. The outlet is currently in the midst of internal problem, lots of layoffs, and probably needed clickbait stories to get clicks. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, you're talking about Kotaku because about the guides shit? I don't think this has anything to do with it. Keep in mind that they're They're sourcing Bloomberg and other shit. Like, I don't think that has anything to do with it. Moji documentary. What is this, Ronan? Charlie Intel. The hotel where Call of Duty League pros are staying at for the CDL Miami Major had an active shooter situation this morning. Local news reporting. God damn, this was yesterday. I hope everybody's okay. Everybody's okay, right? Jesus, man. This man linking school shooter shit.
Of the scene right now, at least this was earlier right now.
That's ironic. That's the unfortunate thing. This is why I said I hope everybody's okay. Because I can see it now, man. The old farts in Congress, they will take this story and say, see? That's why we need to ban video games. They're causing school shootings. I'm not going to name any specific ones because that might come across as insensitive. But I can see them using specific previous school shootings, church shootings, whatever. See, it's called Call of Duty, bro. It's called Call of Duty.
Now, because we're trying to get to the location live to show you.
Please tell me they're okay.
This video you're looking at on your screen right now was sent in to us, and you can see a response in Fort Lauderdale. It seems like a rather major response, too. Notice it's not just 1, 2, 3 police cruisers. I counted at least 4 in the area. Could perhaps be more. Let's get to those live photos right now. This is live from Sky 10 at the moment, and that certainly gives you a better perspective as to what we're looking at.
Yo, Miami is like, what's going on in Miami? I see some other videos too. Like, motherfuckers was wilding at spring break. They shutting that shit down. They not playing. I think niggas in Miami getting tired of the fucking out-of-towners. They wilding on South Beach. They wilding. Fort Lauderdale is a suburb of Miami. It's like down the street. Fucking, for those of you unaware. Freaking, they wilding at the Call of Duty event. What's going on in Miami?
4, 5, 6, if not more cruisers there. Traffic as well getting involved. Notice the Holiday Inn Express near Southeast 15th Avenue. That's the corner of the road there. Noticing the intersection marker. But
they all coming to Vegas now.
Look into is those reports of
ain't enough water.
Who was involved? That we are currently working on right now.
The aliens in January rotted their brains. Oh no.
Location as well to get you that different perspective and perhaps give you some updates with regards to the reporting.
Fort Lauderdale is still the hood. I mean, a suburb can be the hood. A suburb doesn't necessarily mean like a suburb is just like a geographical location. It doesn't necessarily mean it's nice. It's just usually they're nice, but it doesn't. There's hood suburbs.
Live, notice all the officers on the road as well. So this is a rather large response. Typically,
so I live in Fort Lauderdale now.
Is obviously short drift in any regard. Perhaps they'll look
like Fort Lauderdale is Metro Miami, basically, which would make Fort Lauderdale a suburb of Miami, basically. That's all I'm saying. Doesn't necessarily mean it's nice. I live in Jacksonville. I'm sorry to hear that. I drove past Jacksonville one time. It looked really depressing.
Now, but notice traffic is very much stalled if you are in that area. Those rows of cars being essentially sort of trapped right now as traffic is being diverted. At least nearby.
Is Broward County?
Right now, we're just keeping
the Broward Goons.
Notice the Holiday Inn Express there by Southeast 15th Avenue, working to gather more information.
The cops pulling up on dudes review bombing Dragon's Dogma 2.
And who police are looking for and who was involved in this general.
Is it still a war going on in Jacksonville? Like, I know they was mad about Bibby or some shit, or I don't know. Is that war still going on? What's going on in Jacksonville, man? I moved to Orlando because Miami's too wild. Orlando's nice.
Right now. So as we leave you with these live images from Sky 10, Alexis,
are they not going to actually report anything? They just report it. They're just showing like
gather more details for you throughout the rest.
They didn't even report like what exactly was going on. Crazy. Hopefully everybody's okay. I hate Orlando traffic, but it's nice. I didn't find Orlando's traffic to be bad. It was really only bad like during rush hour, and it was only like an hour. Like Orlando's traffic was like regular to me. Which, you know, you don't want to be downtown at a certain hour. Other than that, it was fine to me. What are you linking now, Ronan? Oh, my God. The Penguin. 8 hours ago. I didn't know this trailer dropped. Let's see. You ever wanted to watch a Batman show without Batman? Hey, kids, remember Gotham? I'm really trying to care about this, but I can't bring myself to. Like, in terms of Batman's rogue gallery, the Penguin is very low tier. He's a fucking joke character. So I'm trying to figure out why should I care about this? Is the Batman in this shit? That's the only reason I'm gonna care about it. Other than that, I don't give a fuck about this little nigga. The fuck? If they were gonna do a villain show, I would have preferred like a Black Mask show. The Penguin can only work if they take like a Sopranos type of route, where like it's less like, yeah, it takes place in the DC universe, but it's less about Batman or anything, and like it's got to be like just some straight mob shit that's like really strong writing. Like I'll give it like an episode or two, I'll check it out, but I'm not like really sold on it just because like I'm not a big fan of like the Penguin. This nigga's a chicken nugget, bro. What the fuck? Like it could be gas. It's gonna need really strong writing, cause like in terms like the nigga could barely lift his legs. Like what the fuck? Maybe we'll get some backstory into why Penguin was such a main character in Suicide Squad. It's just crazy.